Hello goons, and welcome back to Let's Play Cybernator, Mission 7, The Last Stand, where we are going to be heading towards the center of the enemy capital, towards the National Assembly building. And supposedly, it's where this meaningless war will come to an end. I'm not sure how it's meaningless, but you know, it says they're going to have peace too, and I don't really get it. I mean, they're fighting for this limited amount of fossil fuels, and the amount of fossil fuels is still going to be limited, so I don't see where peace is coming from. Maybe that's just me. Versus has gotten the crap kicked out of it at this point. There goes Mitch, and here we go. Well, almost. So apparently this mission is win. Alright, here we go. So yeah, this stage is, it's basically a gauntlet. It's almost totally flat. There are no containers with power chips or health chips or weapon chips. The enemies will drop power chips occasionally, but by this point you really should have all your weapons maxed out. Speaking of which, here's a brief showing of the maxed out punch again, because tanks will fly backwards when you kill them with it, which is always amusing. Anyway, there's no power health chips except for the power chips dropped by enemies. And it's just a pretty constant stream of enemies that you have to trudge your way through. Speaking of which, the beam has kind of an interesting property that helps with that. You'll notice when you initially fire the beam, it starts out kind of wide, and then it narrows down a little bit. Well, that's kind of interesting, because you can hit the little soldiers crawling along the ground, right like that, when you initially fire the beam, but once it narrows down, it won't hit them anymore. And so what that means is you just open up as soon as you see a soldier, laser kills them right away, and you can just kind of move along at a slow and steady pace and shoot everything that's in your path. There we go. And the punch at this point, unfortunately, has lost quite a bit of its power. The tanks, the big mechs, and possibly the small mechs, although I'm not entirely certain of that, all take 2 punches to kill. Now that's not so bad on its own, except that the tanks, of course, don't just sit there. They keep going by you, so it makes it hard to get that second punch in. The big mechs dropping from the mechanical hang glider thingies, they will stay a set distance in front of you, which is out of punching range, so you need to catch up to them to punch them, which makes it a bigger pain in the butt to use on them. The small mechs, even if they do go down in one hit, they actually run up to you, and then they get behind you, and they stay there behind you, and they shoot at you. And if you turn to face them, they then go to the other side of you, and they stay behind you. So some of the enemies that you're working against, not only do they take more than one hit, but they're also kind of dodging your punches. And here I'm demonstrating really quick. The other possible way of going through the level is just kind of jump up and fly over everything and strafe it with your laser as you go along. I didn't find it too helpful. As you can see, I kind of got my butt kicked there when I landed. Oh well. And here we are at the National Assembly building. And I've kind of gotten my butt kicked, but I should be okay for this next part, which is a mini-boss, and it's Beldark, who's in a pretty awesome-looking mech himself, I must say. He's got a number of attacks. When you start off on the ground like this, he will do kind of a shoulder tackle at you, just like that, and you cannot block that. It will damage you even if you have your shield out. So it's best to fly around, and for this section they give you an unlimited jump pack, which is helpful. He's got a couple of little probe thingies that follow him around and shoot at you, and he shoots at you with his main gun. But what you can do is you can just fly up and down like this, and on the way up or on the way down, you can just hit him constantly with the laser. And, wow, that was quick. And he goes down. And if you keep an eye on the bottom of my screen, you'll actually see him jump out and run off to the side. Well, after this conversation, anyway. Giant mobile weapons? Oh no! Where at? In the assembly building! What a coincidence! And Duke died. Because Duke sucks. And yeah, there he goes. And there he goes again. So are we done with him? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. And here we have another permanent dashing section. This one is, of course, pretty different than the one on the mountain. Oh, we were dashing through the snow. But not on a one-horse open sleigh. This one puts a number of small enemies and doors in your way. You can ram through the doors and the small little barrels, and I think later on there's barricades. And it deals a little bit of damage, but not very much. So really, you can just shoot straight forward and you'll be fine. This part is neat, by the way. Boom! So yeah, apparently the Federated States Army, or whatever guys you're fighting for, have an ion cannon in their possession. And this mini-boss is... I don't know, he's nothing special. All you have to do is jump at the right time, and he'll shoot up, and then you can sit there and shoot him. Or you can jump up when he shoots you, and you can just kind of hover with your jetpack and shoot him. Again, well, in either case, he's not shooting you. I think we're about to come to a stop. Yeah, there we go. So you just jump, and dodge, and shoot, and jump and dodge. And he'll go down, there we go, he'll go down soon enough. Now, one of the things I was curious about is, now that the dashing section is over, can you still dash through the doors? And it turns out you can, and I didn't know that. Now that makes this next section a problem. I passed a couple of crates back there with health chips in them, and that would have really helped out, because this is the final boss, which, as you can see, is Beldark again. So I'm going into this with, like, a third of the amount of health that I normally have, and, yeah, that's a problem. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to castrate him by lasering off his little penis cannon down here. And it's pretty important that you take this thing out. Those little really souped up Vulcan shots that he's firing do about a block's worth of damage if they hit you. And not only do they bounce off the wall, but they bounce towards you. They don't just bounce off at whatever angle they hit at. So taking that thing out is a priority. And here I am, punching him in... I don't know if that gun is his penis. I guess I'm punching him right in the balls. Or maybe his legs. I don't know. And now it's time for another phase, where he shoots these little comet laser things out of his chest, and out of his head as well if you go up high enough, which I don't think I ever do. But they just float out slowly for a second, and then they zoom towards whatever position you're at. By the way, since we're permanently flying again, no blocking. I'm not sure it would even make a difference anyway. So that's dead. Now it's time for the final stage, or a final phase, excuse me, where he... Ow! Damn it, that hurts a lot. Where he fires this giant mouth laser. And if you happen to stay in one spot... Ow! Damn it, he got me again with a punch. If you happen to stay in one spot and the laser hits you, it will hit you continuously for about 1 block's worth of health damage. So that needs to be dodged. And here I have a problem. I'm up with the laser, and oh no, here comes a punch, and oh my god, and oh, damn it. Oh, there I go. Terrible. I mean, no, I'm just demonstrating the continue screen. Yeah, that's it. So here we are again. And, no real penalty for continuing, except it resets your score to 0. Which is unfortunate. But, yeah, there you go. So, blah blah blah. Let's get this show on the road. A couple more things to mention. Number one, you might notice as the fight goes on that even when I'm shooting the laser just kind of at his body, there's little destruction marks appearing on it. But as far as I can tell, unless the part you're hitting is actually flashing, you're not doing any actual damage. there we go. He's gunned down, engine is down, chest is going down, but not actually down. By the way, it's possible to destroy his arm, or at least destroy his fist, and at that point it becomes into a machine gun that fires every once in a while. That shoots the same kind of comet-shaped lasers that his chest and his head do. And here we go, you're going to see it demonstrated. But it's just kind of a very widespread machine gun instead of any sort of actual tracking. And so at this point it's the same kind of pattern. Gotta dodge the laser, shoot him in the head when it pops up, dodge the machine gun, dodge the tracking lasers. Ow, got hit there. And here I decide that I'm just going to punch him right in the face a couple times because he was a dick and killed me the last time. And then I realized that trying to kill him that way is going to take forever. So I give it up. One of the things that makes this guy kind of a pain is the machine gun, the head comet lasers, and the mouth laser all operate on slightly different timing. So it's possible to get in a situation where the laser traps you, and then there's an attack coming in from the comet lasers or the machine gun, and you get pounded a little bit. Which is what happened when I died. But this time I got him. Down he goes. Oh man, big explosion. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? And nice little shot of the crew. Is Beldock really dead? Is the war really over? Will our hero survive? Can our hero survive? For the answers to these questions and many more, tune in next time to Let's Play Cybernator! Seriously guys, that was it. That's the end of the video. There's no credits. I just have an extra minute or so of footage in here so you guys will think that, oh man, maybe he did include the credits, and actually he's just fooling us. I'm not fooling you. There's no credits. You can go watch another entertaining Let's Play, or go outside, or go post on something. Go outside. Who am I kidding? We're all a bunch of internet goons. Or go post on the web forums or something. I don't know. I'm not kidding. This is totally the end. There are no credits. You guys should leave. Go away. Man, I can't believe you guys are still here. Have you no lives? Have you not interesting hobbies that you could be pursuing? This is the end.